A self-join is defined by the join of information in one table to the same table based on the structure of the data in that table. In other words, you have sporting events which have categories, in other words, motocross, ice hockey, and so on and so forth, and then you'll have the individual shows for the ice hockey teams and the different motocross events, whatever they are. You can make a simple join, doing a self-join, by reading the table twice and then joining the parent to the category. You can do it in the original Oracle proprietary format using the where clause filter, or the ANSI standard format using the join clause. And it is obviously an inner and or intersecting join. It is not a natural join because the column names are not the same. You can't have two column names the same in the same table. So you couldn't have category ID and category ID. It has to be the parent ID. So now let's look at some simple example queries. Look at all the data in the category table. We have category ID and then parent ID null, which means that that doesn't have a parent. Alternative rock, however, is a concert. If we go down to here, baseball and basketball are sporting events. We'll find obviously arts and family and theatre and all the other stuff in there as well. So let's go and find all the categories that have a null parent. Those are the parent IDs. You can obviously have a hierarchical setup of data in this table which is multiple layers. In this table we only have two layers. We have the first layer, which is a null parent, and then a second layer which are parent ID 1, 2, 3 and 4, pointing back to one layer up. So let's join this stuff, and this gives me all the parent and child rows. So this would be as parent, as child. I'm using generic terms, parent and child, in here. So the parent is arts and theatre, and the child records are theatre, museums, classical opera, ballet, dance. So let's look at some examples. Look at the category data, and there we have parent ID null. This particular table has one layer of hierarchical structure in it. In other words, if you have concerts, you have alternative rock. We don't have subsets or subcategories for alternative rock. We only have two layers. We can have multiple layers in a table like this. So here are the records of categories that have no parents, and here are the records of categories that do have parents. And here we're going to look at the parent and child associations by joining the hierarchical structures together by reading the category table twice. That was using the Oracle proprietary format, or non-ANSI standard. Here we use the ANSI standard. And in this query we can do an outer join, because this particular query is an inner join. It only finds those with parents. What we're looking for here is the parent records as well. So if we go down to here, we should find some nulls. There we go. And again, the same issue here, using the ANSI standard format.